Now, thousands of people today are going to take to the streets in cities across the UK in the March of the Mummies. It's a protest targeting government reform on childcare, parental leave and flexible working. Protesters are being encouraged to dress up as mummies in Halloween costumes while marching with more than 10,000 who are expected to join in the 11 national demonstrations. Joining me now is GB News national reporter Theo Chikomba.
Yes, good afternoon from here in central London, just opposite Parliament Garden, well, just behind me, Parliament Square Garden, just behind me, where thousands of people have been here since the early hours of this morning here in this march. And the point they want to prove here today, they say people should be taking them seriously about pay. This is particularly mothers and those who are pregnant as well. And just to highlight their cause, they're saying from latest ONS figures, it says that around 13% of women who are between 24 and 35 are left out of work at the moment, and that's due to a number of reasons. They want more flexibility, better pay and of course protection when they do start beginning to plan a family. And earlier today we heard from the founder Joeli, and this is what she had to say.
I want to talk directly to Rishi Sunak. We know that he's an ambitious Prime Minister. We want him to be ambitious for women as well. We know that he's got a really difficult job on his hands at the moment, but it is critical and urgent that he invests in the childcare sector, because we're seeing a mass exodus of women from the workforce, and that is really bad for the economy. We've got a skills crisis on our hand. We need those women in the workforce, but it's also really bad for families. We've got a cost of living crisis at the moment, and women are being forced to leave the labour market because they can't afford to work. So we need a functioning, good quality, affordable childcare sector. We also need parental leave to be enough so that people can actually survive on it. It's £156 a week. That's 47% of the national minimum wage. We're hearing from women that are having to return to work after a number of weeks after having a baby, when they're not fully healed, when they haven't had a chance to bond with their children. And this will cause enormous problems for our future. But it also means that many children are being born into poverty.
Now, it's not just mothers, it's women who are pregnant here alongside their husbands, friends, family, all here in London. And here are just some of the things that they want to see going forward. They want good quality childcare, which is affordable, an increase in provision to those with a child who has a disability, and investment in the UK childcare system. So those are just a few things which they've been highlighting today. Today, just behind me on the platform, they've had a number of speakers who've been here, they've been cheering, they've been singing, and they've been, chanting a few things as well. And just some of the placards, one interesting one we saw this morning, it said, if you invest in our womb, you can invest in the economy and see it boom. So that's here in central London, and they'll be here for the next few hours.
Thanks very much indeed. That's the GB News national reporter Theo Chikomba covering the March of the Mummies.